Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Good morning. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we are going through the book called Dream It, Pin It, Live It. So it's about vision boards. It's about your vision, your goals, your dreams, your future. If you have the book, awesome. If you don't have the book, I've been going through it here over the last couple weeks. We've been talking about creating a vision board, what that looks like, how to do it. And if you choose to participate, you'll create your own vision board. So as you're tuning in, where you're tuning in from, I want to show you our 2018. I was cleaning up my closet. Well, not really. I was throwing things in my closet. And I found our 2018 board I wanted to show you. And I'll tell you this, if I look at the board is awesome. It's full of pictures, and on the board, we actually achieved a ton of, I'll show you and I'll explain it. But I also was looking at the board in 2018, and it wasn't specific, and it wasn't really measurable. It just wasn't specific. So my new board this year is more specific. So really quick, as you're tuning in, good morning. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We went for a walk this morning. I've got my ketones. And how are you doing? How are you doing after Thanksgiving? If you're in the United States, if you're not, are you back on track? I had a couple ladies that were like, listen, all of the cravings. And I said, just get back on track. Drink some water, go for a walk. And I also wanted to say that just because you have a day or a meal or a celebration doesn't wreck everything that you've done. You know, I had a few ladies that were like, I feel like I've wrecked everything because I enjoyed myself over the weekend. That doesn't wreck everything that you've focused on or you've worked on. You just get back on track and you keep going. It's okay that you had a meal or a day or a weekend. You get back on track. All right, so if you have not been tuning into this, we've talked about what it means to create a vision board, how you do it, all of the different steps. I'm not going to go over those. You can go back and watch the other lives. You can actually, you can actually go to KetoMomSecrets.com and you can click on book club. And we've gone through this entire book. So you can go look at all the different books we've gone through. KetoMomSecrets.com, or you can scroll through and watch the videos from recently over the last 2 weeks. Now, here's what I'm going to say. We're on chapter 5, and if you've been working on your vision board, you're already here, and she basically just says a couple things. So for those who are working on your vision board, how is it going? Do you have any questions? Are you making one? And basically, she tells a ton of stories, but here's what she says in this chapter. She talks about displaying your board and why it's important to have it in front of you. And she says, the more you look at the images on your ideal future, the more that you desire them. The more you desire them, the more you persist and you become in fulfilling them. Your vision board needs to be placed in a prominent place where you will view it consistently. Out of sight, out of mind. And so what I wanted to say is, oftentimes, because our author travels a lot, like our family travels often, maybe you've got this busy lifestyle where you're not always going to be in front of your vision board. My last board for 2023 was in my bathroom on my mirror. So wherever you need to put it, but also she had a great idea. Our girls created vision boards on Canva. So we're going to print them out, but they can also have them as their backdrop on their phone. So there's different apps you can download, or you can just create your own vision board and have it as your screensaver so that it's in front of you if you are traveling or you need to see it, which I think is important. So you can have a physical one somewhere in your home, or maybe you put it in your car and on your phone display. I thought it was a great idea. And the last thing that I underlined in this chapter was 4. So it's biblical in Proverbs 23:7. The Bible says, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." So in other words, what you think about, you bring about. And one more thing. I like this part. What happens out there in your world, what happens on your day-to-day basis, what happens at your work, and if you choose to go to the gym, or what happens in your life. And we talk about this a lot on the Keto Mom page, the power of your mindset. And when people reach out to me and they say, hey, I want to lose weight, I want to get healthy, I want to, one of the first things I'll say if I'm talking to you one-on-one is, do you read? Do you do any personal development? What are you listening to? What are you watching? Because what happens in here, right, it's where it starts. She phrases it as, what happens out there in your world is a result of what happens in here. In simple terms, that means that your reality is a result of what is happening in your head. It says one study looked at patterns of the brain for weightlifters, and they found that patterns activated when a weightlifter lifted hundreds of pounds were similarly activated when they visualize it. They visualized what they could do, they went and did it. You're visualizing your life whether you believe it or not. You're believing something, good or bad, right or wrong, a lie or truth. And that's what's going to come about in your life. So why would you not want to visualize and create and dream and create a board of a life that you actually want? Because if you choose not to do that, and you choose not to believe that your life can get better, or you can achieve those goals, or you can have those dreams, like you can go after something. And listen, it's lots of different things. This isn't just about like, I want to go on a trip. This could be anything. Right? So the beginning of the book talked about how to dream and what that means, and really believing for things that maybe you've forgotten about. But if you choose to not do that, if you choose to not create a vision board, if you choose to not, you in a sense are creating a vision board. The vision board of just life happening to you. The result of negativity, the result of other people's choices. You let life happen to you and that's going to be your board, or you choose to participate in your own life. Get off the bleachers, get into the game, get out of the passenger seat, and you decide to drive and you decide to create. You either create or somebody will create it for you. I don't know if you're going to want somebody to create it for you. All right, I wanted to show you something because sometimes people need to visual. I'm a visual learner. I'm not sure about you, but this was our 2018 board. So sometimes people are like, I've never done this. What does it look like? How? It can be anything. It could be a small poster board. You can draw it all. You can print out pictures. You can go ahead and, if we still have magazines, like years ago when I didn't print out pictures, I would cut out magazine pictures. Like, I don't know. We've done this probably since 2000, probably since we've been married. 19 years. But you can just create yourself. You can just write words if you're not a picture person. But I would encourage you, she says, encourage you to print out pictures. But this was our 2018 board. Okay. We just printed out a whole bunch of different pictures. This is what it looked like. Now, my encouragement to you is in the book, we talk about measurable. We talk about specific and putting dates to things. So if I look at my board in 2018, I wrote things like, I want to read more. I didn't have the exact amount of the books. I wrote down, we had specific business goals. I didn't have dates set by them, but we actually achieved those goals. We had travel more. And actually that year we took the girls, so we have some pictures. And that year we went to Scotland, we went to England, we went to Hong Kong, we went to Australia, all in 1 year. So, and we printed off those pictures. And so this was the board. There was some learning things. There was a house in Florida that we wanted. We actually rented that year. Actually, this kind of looks like the house that we live in now. And my husband wanted a Tesla. So there are things that we had on this board. Now, I would say to make this a little better for my current board, and what I would say is go back and I just think it's important, and she talks about that, to have them be SMART goals. So if you can get more specific and make them measurable and action-oriented and realistic and time-sensitive, you've got a time frame on there. But this was our 2018 board. I have my this year one. It's somewhere in a box still, which clearly is not helping my 2023 vision. And if you listen to the live that I did starting this book, you would know that I was super frustrated with myself and my 2023 board because I accomplished this many things on that board that I wanted to accomplish. Like I didn't stay consistent in some of the areas. I didn't do the things I wanted to do. I was really frustrated with myself. And it's okay. I learned a lesson. Is it a failure? No, I learned a lesson. And this year, 2024, doesn't mean I can't accomplish things over the next 30 days, but I'm creating and dreaming for 2024. Make sense? So this is the book if you want to grab it. I think this is a great gift. Just so you know, if you're looking for gifts for Christmas, I love to give the gift of books. I have tons of books. Usually we give our family, if we are doing gifts, they're going to get books. Meaning like grandparents and parents, sisters or siblings or friends, we're going to give them a book. This would be a great book for you to do as a family or give it to your coworkers, or just a great book to give to people or yourself in your own stocking to go, I'm going to do this with our family after Christmas. I'm going to do this in January. You can do it whenever you want to do it. I just like to start early. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I'd love to know if you created a vision board, how it's going. I had somebody the other day send me his, and he was like, look at my board. And he had a big circle and he was writing everything down. And then I said, all right, it looks great. Get more specific. Because he said like, be healthier, go to the gym more. There's a couple things he wanted to focus on. So I said, okay, now get specific underneath that. What does that look like? If you want to share your board with me, you can send me a message. I'd love to see it. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. You can always go to KetoMOMsecrets.com. Click on recipes, how to get started. I've got trial packs of ketones over there. We mail out every single day. KetoMOMsecrets.com. Click on book club or mind. I think it's under book club. And you can go through all the other ones we've gone through. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.